Hey, church family. Today our nation honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King was one of the pivotal figures of the 20th century. As president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, he traveled over 6 million miles, spoke over 2,500 times, wrote 5 books, and directed the March on Washington, at which he delivered his I Have a Dream speech. He was arrested some 20 times, assaulted at least 4 times, awarded 5 honorary degrees, and named Man of the Year by Time magazine in 1963. The next year, at the age of 35, he became the youngest man to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. He gave the prize money to the furtherance of the civil rights movement. On the evening of April 4th, 1968, while standing on the balcony of his hotel room in Memphis, he was assassinated. Although the world was shocked by his death, I don't believe that Dr. King was. Despite numerous death threats, Dr. King rarely sought police protection. He believed that if his enemies were determined to kill him, they would likely succeed. Dr. King had told his attorney, "I'll never live to be 40. I'll never make it." And sadly, Dr. King was correct. His life was taken at the age of 39. His longtime colleague, Andrew Young, later speaking about Dr. King's death, said, "He knew it would come, and he just decided, there was nothing to do about it." When President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, Dr. King told his wife Coretta that he expected to die in the same way himself. He said, if the President of the United States could not be protected from an assassin, he believed there was no public figure who could be truly safe. And yet, in spite of all the threats and attacks, through it all, Dr. King remained courageous. He knew that before God sent Joshua out to lead his people into the promised land, he challenged him with these words. He said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." He knew that David had said to his son Solomon, "Be strong and courageous and do it. Do not be afraid and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God, even my God, is with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." If you're facing something right now where you need courage, I pray that the courage of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. might encourage you to move forward in faith and trust, knowing that God will be with you wherever you go. Amen.